What it is, my 10 Peace and Grease here, and I wanted to take a little bit of time today and talk about the new texture cosmetics that DE has released with the Angels of Zariman update. Now, let me say from the I love these textures. It's surprising to me how much of an impact something as subtle as these textures have on a Warframe. It can truly change the appearance of your Warframe, and it's really striking. So I love these textures, I do. But there are some massive problems with them, and it's not even with the textures themselves, it's with the skin that is attached to those textures that is the massive problem, and we're going to talk about it. Now, let's get to the first bit of bad news. If you're out there right now and you're thinking, yo, Peace, I bought the texture bundle, right? I purchased it, but I can't seem to figure out how to put textures on my Warframe. What gives? That's the big, massive bit of bad news to start with. Unfortunately, these textures do not work on our primes as they should. These textures don't work on our deluxe skins as they should. These textures don't work on the Tenogen skins as they should. These textures don't work on the basic skins as they should. These textures are currently only applicable for 3 Warframes, and you must have a specific special skin for each one of those Warframes in order to utilize them, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But the first Warframe is going to be Volt or Volt Prime, as you can see here. The second Warframe you can put textures on is going to be Rhino or Rhino Prime. Nope. And the third and final Warframe is going to be Saren or Saren Prime. And these are the only 3 Warframes that you can actually put these textures on, again, so long as you have the special skin attached on each one. These are the only ones that you can use them. Now at this point you may be wondering, okay, Peace, well, where do I get these special skins? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. They're in the market, and there's only one place you can get them currently, and that is the Void Adornment Bundle. These are the only ones that include the special Void Shell skin for each one of these Warframes. Now, you may have noticed a problem with each one of these skins. The eagle-eyed among you probably already has. If you've noticed that these are just basic bitch Warframes, these are a regular Void or Volt frame, no Prime. Regular Rhino, no Prime. Regular Saren, no Prime, with some tweaks. That's all it is. It's just a basic bitch Warframe skin, non-Prime, with just some tweaks. Of course, the question you have to ask is, well, I'm running Primes. Why do I have to use a basic bitch skin to utilize textures? No thank you, right? And that's not even the biggest issue here. Again, this means that DE is going to have to release a Void Shell skin for each and every single solitary Warframe in the game, and we're almost at like 40 at this point. In fact, let me be brutally honest. I love the guys and gals at DE, but they have this tendency to overload their plate. And then what happens? Things fall through the cracks. Not occasionally, always. They always fall through the cracks. Moreover, how many times has DE given us a little taste of something, right, on an update, and we all go crazy for it, like cocaine, right? Like, oh, it's amazing. And then they go on the dev stream and they tell us all about their grand plans and their grand schemes, right? Right? And then what happens? 3 years goes by, radio silence, and we never see a damn thing about it ever again. Yeah, happens all the time, countless times. The point that I'm making here is it's probably going to take DE 2 to 3 years, folks, to release a Void Shell skin for each and every single Warframe. 2 to 3 years. But then this is a bigger question, right? How much are they going to cost? Let's say that DE's being really, really generous, and they say, well, we don't want to charge our players too much for these Void Shell skins, so let's only charge them 100 plat each, right? Seems awful generous, right? There's almost 40 Warframes. That's like 4,000 platinum. Do you want to spend 4,000 platinum on a stupid basic bitch Void Shell skin with some tweaks? I don't. I could afford to, sure. That'll leave me with 2K platinum left over. Do I really want to spend 4,000 of it on these stupid basic bitch skins? No. No, I don't. No, thank you. I'm good. And let me tell you the truth, the God's honest truth here, folks. DE's not going to charge you 100 plat for a Void Shell skin. They're probably going to charge you closer to 200 platinum each. So you're probably looking at about 8,000 platinum to get one crappy basic bitch void shell skin with tweaks on each of your Warframes, just so you can use the textures you already purchased. 8,000 platinum. Yeah, because they're probably going to charge you bare minimum 165 plat a pop, if I had to guarantee it, or if I had to gamble, if I had to bet, and I would. But then we lead into another problem, and that is, this is a scam. This Hombask void shell skin is a complete and total ripoff. Now look, I know DE doesn't set up things to scam us, right? They don't set up things to rip us off. But unfortunately, whether they intended it or not, the Hombask void shell bundle is going to rip off and scam a ton of players out of 100 plat. So what am I even on about right now? Okay, well, if players come into the market and they see these textures and they think these textures are freaking cool, I want these textures, right? This one's 295 plat, almost 300 plat, and this one's only 100. So what do you think they do? They spend 100 plat on it, right? Spend 100 plat on it. But then they realize, well, I can't use the textures. Oh, I need a special skin. So now what do you think people are going to do? Oh, well, they're going to hop over here into Warframe, and they're going to go to skins, and they're going to go down to Saren and Volt and Rhino, and they're going to look to buy these Void Shell skins. But then they're going to find out, oh, guess what, my friend? You can't purchase the Void Shell skins separately. You can only purchase them in the market. And specifically, you can only get them from the Void Adornment Bundle for 300 platinum. So now people that have dumped 100 platinum into this bundle now need to dump another 300 platinum into this. So now they're 400 platinum into a bundle. It only costs them 295. It's a ripoff. It's a scam. Now, DE has two options. The first option is they can ditch this, get this ripoff out of there, throw it away. That's the first option, right? But that's not going to help the people that have already been ripped off for 100 platinum, okay? The second thing that they could do, and in my opinion, the better option, is that the Void Adornment Bundle is fine as it is, but they also need to take these Void Shell skins and they need to offer them individually in the skin tab. So people that have paid 100 plat for this ripoff of a Hombask Void Shell bundle can then go to the Warframe skin tab and purchase the Void Shell skins separately for whichever Warframe they're wanting, right? It may cost them more in the long run, but at least it's not going to cost them an additional 300 platinum, you know, just to buy one Void Shell skin, or at least I hope to God it doesn't. Now, with all of that being said, there's one final problem, and that is, what if DE screws up on the design of these Void Shell skins? Right? Because best case, if they screw up on the design of the Void Shell skin, we just don't buy it, right? That's what we do with deluxe skins. With deluxe skins, if DE screws up on a deluxe skin, we go, ooh, gross, this is awful. This is disgusting. This thing's a monstrosity. It is hideous. Hideous. It's god-awful. We just don't buy it, right? That's the best case scenario. We just don't buy it. But there is another factor here. What if you have somebody out there that really, really, really wants to use these textures with their favorite Warframe? But DE screws up their favorite Warframe, the Void Shell design on their favorite Warframe. Now players are conflicted. Do you buy this ugly, god-awful Void Shell skin just so you can run textures on your favorite Warframe? Or do you go, ooh, gross, no, that Void Shell skin's awful. I'll just run the skins that I have already with no textures. Right? I mean, look, DE is comprised of fallible creatures. Human beings. I screw up sometimes too. I mean, don't get me wrong, some mornings I wake up and I piss excellence. I am truly amazing on some days. Other days, not so much. I fuck up pretty good. I make mistakes a lot on some days, right? I'm a fallible creature, just like everybody at DE, just like all of you. We all make mistakes. Statistically, DE is going to fuck up on a few of these Void Shell skin designs. They're going to. So, what is the solution then for all of these problems, right? All of these problems are a direct result of DE attaching textures to the Void Shell skin, specifically. That's the problem with these right now, is the Void Shell skins. That's the issue. So what does DE do to fix that? In my personal opinion, the best thing that DE can do is they redesign the appearance tab. Redesign the entire appearance menu. Now look, I am not oblivious to the amount of work that I'm suggesting here. It is going to be a lot of work. This means that DE is going to have to completely redesign the appearance UI. They're going to have to completely go back and visit every single deluxe skin. They're going to have to go back and revisit every single prime skin, right? They're going to have to go back and they're going to have to revisit all of them to allow us to use textures. It's a massive amount of work, and I am not blind to that. But the alternative is spending 2 to 3 years designing a basic bitch skin, non-prime skin with some tweaks, and charging your players almost 200 plat for each one, almost 8,000 platinum, right? And it's going to take you 2 to 3 years to get them done if you don't forget or, move on to something else entirely, right? And then what happens if you screw up on some of these void shell skin designs like you have on, deluxe skins? People just don't buy them anymore because it looks awful, right? You ruin the opportunity for somebody out there to be able to use textures on their favorite Warframe, right? So you're probably going to piss some people off there. So what do? Redesign the UI, the appearance UI. Trust me, redesign the appearance menu. Redesign it so that primes will work with these textures, right? Deluxe skins will work with these textures. At least those two, bare minimum. That way any primes you release in the future will work with these textures. Any deluxe skins you release in the future will work with these textures. If you don't want to use them on Tenogen, don't. Or if all you want us to do is use textures on just the Tenogens, fine, do that. But as long as we can use the skins that we've already purchased, and as long as we can use the primes we've already purchased, without having to spend another 8,000 platinum on that stupid basic bitch void shell skin with some tweaks, right? Save yourself the 2 to 3 years that you're insinuating at this point. But anyway, that's pretty much my 2 cents on it. That's my idea. Again, the biggest problem with these textures is not the textures themselves. The biggest problem is the void shell skin and the decision to attach them to the void shell skin. That needs to go. That needs to then kick rocks. That needs to go away. That needs to go down the road and never ever return, because that is ultimately the problem with this, in my opinion. So there you have it. But you guys and gals, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And until next time, peace out.